Have you all seen it? Or
I've seen like half of it. My
Okay.
friend really like pushed me to watch it, and I was scared at first, but like, but like it's not bad at all. Like it's amazing actually.
Are you gonna finish it?
Yeah.
Dope.
It starts out a little scary, but
Yeah.
it gets like less scary and more really just interesting.
Yeah, I'm not much of a horror guy,
Yeah.
but I think it's more thriller than horror, but it's also kind of sci-fi. It has a very E.T. feel to me.
Yeah, I agree with that. And like, really, it's been compared with things from Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, really anything from the 80s, because that's where it takes place.
Sure.
Were you guys familiar with that kind of material before going into it? Like, have you seen E.T. or like The Goonies, like any of that stuff?
Yeah.
So like, was this like, oh, this is like my childhood? Or is
Yeah,
like,
it was like had that nostalgia feeling, and you're just like, oh, I know this. This is
Yeah.
from whatever.
you're not even from the 80s, but still.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely had that nostalgic feel, and I'm so glad that it's working out so great and people love it because everyone working on that show is like really young in their careers, especially the kids. They're just
Oh,
kids.
yeah.
They're fantastic actors. But the guys who are directing it, like this is their first like time they directed their own thing that's on TV, I think.
Right.
So I mean, great on their part, and it is really nostalgic and
Yeah.
authentic, if you will. I don't know.
I love the atmosphere.
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah,
atmosphere
it's
is really
great.
cool.
The
Great.
way it makes you feel, it feels like back in Halloween when you were like 5 years old in autumn. It's just, I love the feeling of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it got a lot of backlash too. It was like they were saying like, if you want to make it an adult show, you had to have Hopper as the main character or like a male lead.
The sheriff, you mean?
Yeah, and then they were saying like, if you want to have these kids as the main stars, like you need to make it a kids show then. And they were like getting that from like a lot of networks. And I think Netflix were like the only people who were like, oh, let's take a shot.
I like
let's-
where
Yeah.
it is.
And it's
I don't know how I
perfect.
feel about that
It's
because
fun.
like I feel like I related to the kids almost more than I did to Hopper. Like I'm technically considered an adult now, which is weird. But like I was like, oh, these kids, like this is me growing up. Versus Hopper was like, oh, I'm still far away from that. Like,
Hopper's badass.
yeah.
Yeah,
oh
I
yeah.
love him.
He stole the show,
I
I
relate
think.
to him.
I think he was really good.
Yeah,
I mean, probably it takes a little bit to get into that. Like, cause at first you're like, who is this guy? Like,
Yeah.
He's just annoying. Like,
yeah.
he's getting in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
really
thought
good.
he was annoying at first.
Yeah.
I didn't trust him, but my friend's like, no, keep watching, you'll like him. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and that's really almost all of the characters. I feel like first episode, I was like, who are these people? Like, why would they choose these actors? They seem really weird. But then like 4 episodes in, you're like, they are my family.
Dude,
Like,
who's your favorite if you had to pick a favorite?
whew, that's a hard
Gotta
one.
be Dustin.
Dustin.
Dustin
Dustin's
is
adorable.
really high. I feel like
great.
going in, Lucas was actually my favorite, right? But I think by the end, Dustin just took it.
Lucas was losing it for me because he became that character that was like the try and like be the voice of reason and hold them back. I'm like, no, do like let 11 do her
Yeah, yeah.
thing.
I love
Like,
11. I want to protect her.
Oh, 11's great.
That's just so cool. Like, it's
So cool.
basically a superhero.
I just
But
want to eat Eggos now. Waffles. Loves those waffles.
and without giving anything away, because we don't want to spoil anything for those who haven't seen it yet. But they are making a season 2.
Exactly.
So where do you guys think it's going?
I have no idea.
Well, in the trailer, they kind of mentioned what they want to cover. I don't know if they're going to be able to because, you know, they haven't even written the script yet. They don't
Right.
know what they need to cut, what they need to take out.
It seemed like such a concise story where it definitely could have been one season, but I don't want it to be.
Yeah, but
so
it's not.
I'm nervous what.
It's
for
not
Yeah.
going to be like a true detective thing where they just change all the
cast,
characters
yeah.
and
Right.
the story.
Right, right.
It's
But
going to
I'm
be the
just
same.
nervous. Like season 2 might not be as compelling, but I like the
We'll see,
characters,
we'll
so
see.
that might
Right.
be enough to
They
carry. it.
definitely, not to spoil anything, but they left it off in a cliffhanger.
It's true.
Okay.
So, out of 5 scoops, how many scoops would you give it?
I would say 4. It's pretty solid.
I'd say 4. People were obsessed with it. I thought it was great. I wasn't like, oh, I need to finish it. I'd say 4 though.
Okay.
I would say the same 4.5.
Okay, I'm also gonna say 4 because I feel like it was great, but it wasn't one of those shows that I'm obsessed with.
No,
like
yeah,
most
Yeah.
shows on
exactly,
the show.
exactly.
But I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Well, I binged it in like less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
So I'd give it a 4.5 though, because there's
Hey.
always room for improvement.
Word.
And like for me, the first half of the season was just okay, and then
Yeah.
the second half was like that's where the punch
Yeah.
really